Welcome to Monday Day Sprints for those in North America. For those in Europe, this will be evening sprints. We are doing this for TBRathon, but if you have no idea what TBRathon is, that's okay. You can still hang out and just let us know what you're reading, what you're doing during these productivity moments. So first and foremost, I want to introduce Abbie here, who is to my left. So this is Abbie's first time. So, oh my gosh, I love it. I love the congratulations. Woohoo! So this is her first time on my channel. And if we could give her a warm welcome, I'll allow her to introduce herself. If you were here early, you'll just need to refresh the page because she is linked below, and you should all subscribe to her because she's amazing.
Hi, I'm Abbie. I am from Scotland, so we're in the UK. My channel is Pink Beauty XX. It's mostly reading, but I also do some travel videos. So I have loads of New Orleans videos coming where I've seen the most amazing bookshop. So that goes into that too. I'm currently reading The Flat Share today. So if anyone's read this, let me know what your thoughts are, because I'm like the tiniest bit into it. Oh, there we go. And it's weird.
Ooh, I really am looking forward to hearing your thoughts about that because I've heard some people really have actually loved it. Who was it? I think it was BookTube with Amy. I think she also is from Scotland, actually, and she adored it. Like she.
There's some Scottish people in the comments.
Yay! Woohoo! Oh, you're right. Oh, I see one already. Yahoo! That's so exciting. And so I think that BookTube with Amy put it on my radar, and so I do want to try that author, if not that specific book. So we're keeping with kind of some serious reads. It's a bit of a serious romance for yours because I know that they cover serious topics. Mine is serious in the fact that there's murder involved. I'm going to be reading Death Under a Little Sky. This one is set in kind of the countryside of England, to my understanding, not like the Cotswolds, but just kind of rural England. Yeah. And a murder's already happened, but it's a cold case. Like they found the bones of like a woman. And so we're going to see how it goes. We're keeping it light, I promise, but we're going to be reading some tough topics, I suppose. Let's see where we are. Who's here?
We have a few British people.
Yes, I know that, for instance, we'll get to Paula's comment, but Paula's in Wales. So we have a nice variety of people. Yeah. Hello, Nikki. I'll be decluttering and listening to First Lie Wins. Ooh, that sounds a bit like a mystery thriller. Hello, Rima. How are you? I'm going to be doing lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. We love it. Sounds great. And Family and Books, this is Paula. So she's the one who's from Wales. Hello. I'm doing reading sprints on my channel right now. I know. So that's the other thing is, so Paula tends to do reading sprints every Monday. And I'm like, I just happen to be doing Monday sprints in January, but I promise typically you should all definitely be hanging out with her for like the most part and just sprint hop. So go say hello to her. Maybe when we're done with our chatty bit, hang out during hers. I know that lessens your productivity, but it spreads the love. So yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with us, Paula. I appreciate it, especially because you're hosting your own. We've got Brandy here, not feeling 100% today. So perfect time to sit in bed and read. Indeed. Especially if it's bad weather where you are. I know that we were talking beforehand that for Abbie, the weather's not great. It's not great for me either. We finally got a bit too cold for me.
Fluffy ice everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Hello, cool gamer. Yes, so James, perfect timing because I was just about to start reading. I love it. I'm going to be trying to finish Catching Fire tonight. I have 170 pages. Have you read Catching Fire?
I've not read it, but I really want to. I want to read all of them, but I want specifically the floral covers, the new ones, because they're so pretty. Can't buy them until I can get my hands on those because they're sold out everywhere.
It's like, it's definitely one of those things where it's worth it to just wait for the cover you like. Like I know that it's, you know, don't judge a book by its cover, but it's like if you're going to read it anyway, might as well get the cover you really like.
Hundreds.
Hello. Yes, you made it. Thanks for hanging out with us. I'm pretty sure that's Laura. Hello, Laura. I also see in Laura's picture that she's got her TBRathon merch in it, which is lovely. Hello, Alex. I'm doing some chores and listening to The Daughter of Dr. Moreau on audiobook. That's like a bit of kind of gothic horror, isn't it?
Nice.
I'm pretty sure. And then we have James again, who had also already mentioned from Scotland. I love it. And then hello, Stormy. We've got more Great Britain, which is great. I'm so glad. Thanks to Abbie, now I know where people are because they're like, oh, hey, I'm from here. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that. I'm doing the bingo card. I have one more to get. You can do it.
Bingo card too.
I was so close to redesigning the back to do the bingo board tonight. And then I was like, I didn't have time. But I was like, I know that Abbie's doing the bingo board, so I should have done that. But next time.
Really wanted to do the rolling game, but I had forgotten which one to pick. And I hadn't picked one yet. And I'd already started reading my first read. And I was like, too late now. Let's find it on the bingo board.
It's fine. Yeah, no, I think the bingo board is probably like the easiest one, especially if people join late. It's like, you know what, just try to get a bingo. Like, it's totally fine. I'm doing the bingo board too, because I'm doing all of them. I'm trying to do all of them. And so, yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's so good. Okay, that's good to know. This one was in regards to, let's see here. Oh, is it the flat? Are you talking about the flat share? Rima, let us know, because maybe that was your reaction to that one. I'm in England. We need an Irish and a Welsh person for full UK attendance. Yes. If anyone volunteers. What'd you say?
Now we're just looking for an Irish because your friend's Welsh.
I know, that's true. Yeah, so we do actually, we've got Paula hopping in and out. So is anyone Irish here? Does anyone want to out themselves and let us know you're from Ireland? We've got hello from Germany. Hello, Melis. I want to start with Paradise, written by Toni Morrison. Ooh, I've read a few books by Toni Morrison, but that's one that I haven't read. My favorite is A Mercy. I feel like that's probably one that not many people know. She wrote it, I think, about 10 years before she passed, so it's not really as common in her canon, I don't think. Hope you're enjoying it. Hello, ML. I'm so glad you're able to hang out with us. Woohoo. Hopefully, let me know, ML, if your semester started already and if you are back to grading and doing lesson plans and things. I hope you've had a little bit more time, though. UK, England, lovely, Stormy. Unfortunately, I'm an Aussie living in Scotland, but I've been here a year, so I've gone native. Yeah, Abbie's like, it's okay. You still count as Scottish. Good afternoon, Thomas. I'm listening to The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy for the book chain. I love it. This is also for my book chain, actually. That's one of the book chain books I'm reading. And Hitchhiker's Guide, I don't know if you knew this, Abbie, but there's a read-along happening for the entire series.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so a lot of people are reading that right now because they've started the first book this month. We're going to see if I get to it, but I'm hoping to. So Brandy almost done with 2 books, Matthew Perry's memoir and Then There Were None, And Then There Are None. Is that, I'm assuming that one was the Agatha Christie book.
Those are both ones on my TBR, like, want to read list.
I know. I heard that with the memoir, I heard that with the audiobook, he reads it aloud. And so yeah, it can like add an extra layer.
Like, see, when I seen it on Facebook, I was like, who is playing pranks with me right now? And then I checked the news and I was like, you're kidding.
I know. I think it shocked all of us because we had no idea, especially because, again, he'd been in the news recently because I think just last year this memoir came out. And so there's just, so upsetting. Let's see here. I got Matthew Perry's memoir yesterday. I'm so excited to read it. Yeah, I do want to read it at some point, but I think I'm going to immersive read it. I think I do want the audiobook with it. Reading Where Secrets Lie by, I forgot, Diaz Butler. Got it. Hello, Moore. Thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you're feeling better. Moore wasn't feeling well the last time we chatted. I'm reading Cirque Berserk. Ooh, that sounds interesting. A bit of a circus, maybe a circus fiction. It is a bit tough at first, but reading it along with the audiobook is great since he is narrating it. Yep, that's what I was going to say. Yep. Greetings. Hello. Thanks for hanging out with us again. I am going to be switching A Curse So Dark and Lonely and switching between them, and Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard.
Nice. I really want to read those books.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have the what's it called? The Trials of Apollo. I have the whole series of that, and you can read the Magnus Chase books like in tandem. So I want to do that.
Oh, and are these both by the same author, or are they?
I think this is the series I'm thinking of. If not,
Okay.
my dog is just. Do you want to come over?
That's okay. We love fur children.
Oh, darling.
Oh, it's okay. The puppy's probably like, "Who's in our home? I can hear voices."
Hello.
Oh my goodness. This was worth it. It's so adorable. What's his name?
Harvey.
Harvey. Oh, welcome out every time. We should give him his own screen. Let him hang out with us. So cute. It's rainy and windy here, so it's dark and gloomy outside. Yeah. It's actually weirdly bright out for me. Like, even though there's like snow and ice everywhere, maybe that's what's brightening it in a weird way.
Yeah.
Eating lunch and getting ready for an appointment, tackling the project of cleaning out my office today. You can do it, Steph. I believe in you. I love how like Monday's kind of like the day where people are getting a lot of stuff maybe they didn't get done in the weekend.
Yeah.
Alex, yes, gothic horror. I was going to say, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's what that is. For the daughter of Dr. Moreau. So I was originally going to do the bingo board and the to be rolled, but I'm just going to do the bingo board and then try to fill it all by the end of the month. Yep. By the end of March. I love that. Yeah, honestly, people don't have to do this just in January. Like, challenge yourself, get a full like blackout board, like whenever you can. Ireland. Oh yeah, that's right. Ireland isn't UK, but I'm Irish. You're right, Lauren. I should have known that.
Someone else commented as well. Northern Ireland is UK. This is
Yeah. You know, and the thing is I promise I should know that because I work remotely for someone who lives in the UK. She's from England. And so, like, I promise I know which countries are in the UK. Oh my gosh. But thank you, Lauren, for checking in on that. So we need someone from Northern Ireland, basically. Since I have very specific books I want to read in January, I decided to do the chain so I could find how they all connect. Yes, very fun. The first thing I am going to do is some coloring, and then I will do something else. Not sure. And I was talking about the flat share. I thought so. Good. Okay, so we already have a positive review for that book. Hello, Exhausted Flamingo. Glad to see you. Yeah, Northern Ireland is in the UK. Yep. Next week. Okay, so classes start next week. Good luck, ML. Great British Divide. I know, that's true. I probably brought up kind of a tough subject because of all the history with that. So, yeah. Starting off Monday well. Still on break. I love it. Good for you. Hello, Monica. We'll be working from home today, but we'll be listening to The Final Strife by Sarah Al-Sarafi. Oh, okay. Who else? I think I'm mixing that author up with who wrote, was it the How to Lose the Time Wars?
Oh yeah.
I think that's a different author, but has similar last name, I think. Sarah El Arafi is how you pronounce it, I'm pretty sure. So glad these are on for the company too. Yes, me too. Hey, Ro, how are you? Glad you're here. I'm from New Zealand, so a little far away, but I'm part of the Commonwealth. Yes, exactly. You know what? We'll take it. That's true. That. Yeah, we should have acknowledged the Commonwealth in general. I just went back to teaching this week. I need to look over my lesson plans for the next 8 days and tweak things as needed. Yeah, so I wasn't meant to teach this semester. And then recently this weekend, I was asked like, hey, can you teach another class? And I'm going to tell them no, because I already made plans not to do it. But I feel everyone who has to do that. I'm feeling much better. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, of course, more. I'm glad that you're feeling better. That wasn't fun. I have every single Percy Jackson book. Magnus Chase and Trials of Apollo are set in same universe. Yeah, okay.
Nice. Thank you, James.
And then puppy. I love this. Everyone is just, of course, that was going to be a people pleaser. I knew it.
Is he a Westie? But he is a massive Westie. Like, I've never seen a Westie as big as my baby. he's like just humongous. He's like a medium-sized dog, but he's like a small-sized dog breed.
Well, because when you put him on the screen, I was like, his head is bigger than I expected.
He's honestly giant, but he's literally just a purebred Westie. He's like massive.
Yeah, just good genes.
Literally.
And then we have Vanessa. You know who I really like? So that's like a Westland, a Highland Westland Terrier, right?
Yeah.
I really want one of the Cairn Terriers. I think that they're a bit wiry and they kind of look rough around the edges. I really like those ones. Yeah. Hello, Vanessa. How are you? Thanks for popping in. Vanessa does a bunch of sprints too on her channel. Hello, Beatrice. So we've got Beatrice from Portugal. So we've got a bit more of variety here. We are doing well. Love the dog. Yes, I think we all do. I will try to read a bit of A Court of Frost and Starlight before I have to get dinner and head to class. Sounds good. Oh, that sounds exciting. Wish we got author events here. Ooh, so yeah, there must be an author event. I think I missed Laura's comment about that. On my second roll of the To Be Rolled board, you hit romance, and I'm listening to XOXO by Axio on audio for that. Woohoo! And then we have my father in the comments. He Yes, I was telling him, I was like, oh, I've got to go because I was on the phone with him. I was going for a walk. And he's like, perfect. I'm going to be reading. So that's great. Yeah, so he's reading a nonfiction book, Paddle Your Own Canoe. I can't remember who the author is, what his name is, but he played Ron Swanson in Parks and Rec.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's his memoir. And that was a Christmas gift that I gave my dad for Christmas. Beatrice says, oh, and Leandra, don't know if you had the time, but in my video, I talked about TBRathon. Oh my gosh.
Video also, I'm just watching everyone TBRathon videos. I love it. It makes me so happy.
Yes, especially because everyone takes a different approach and everything. And yeah, it's been really nice to see. And James, again, coming in with the information. This is How You Lose the Time War is by Amal El Motar. Yeah, I should have known that. And Max Gladstone? Oh, I thought that was only a single author book. That's good to know. Okay. I need to read that. I remember it went crazy on like book Twitter. Like people freaked out about that book and I never read it. I agree. You guys should have author events there too. Kay says Europe is well represented. Yes, I agree. I have a Westie and Poodle mix.
That is cool. That would be the cutest wee dog. We need to see photos.
Yes, Monica, definitely. Abbie, are you part of the Discord? Because maybe Monica can include it in the Discord.
Okay. We'll see it in the Discord.
Yes, please. Monica, if you're a part of the Discord, then please do that. Nick Offerman is the actor who plays Parks and Rec. And then, oh yeah, Rainn Wilson, he played in The Office, and so we've got a bunch of other people going on too. I would read a book by Rainn Wilson. He's the one who played which character in The Office? What's his name? Dwight. There we go. Yeah, I love that my dad pops in too. He's like, oh good, he's like, I should be able to finish my book today, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna help you do that. It wasn't in the beginning, but I talked about it. Sounds good, Beatrice. We will totally. I'll be reading or watching your videos from beginning to end anyway. So I'm excited for it. Hello, Glenda. Glenda also is welcoming Abbie, which is very nice. I'll be switching between Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and Lark Ascending for climate fiction during these sprints. Very nice. Two very different reads. This is How You Lose the Time War is absolutely fantastic. I read it in December and it's 5 stars for me. It's also very short. Like it seems like it would be a very entertaining, short, quick read with like time travel. And I don't know. I know I'd be into it. Okay, I haven't seen either of them. So oh no, James, it's totally fine. I knew that like The Office, The Office with Rainn Wilson and then Parks and Rec with Nick Offerman, you know that one came because of the other. Like the only reason Parks and Rec exists is because The Office. So like I knew exactly where you were going with it, James. Don't even worry about it. Meanwhile, I'm the one who accidentally said Ireland was in the UK and almost caused another war. So like, don't worry. Like, please, like this, you having the wrong actor is small potatoes.
Don't say potatoes.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what am I doing? You know what? Maybe this is a good time for us to start a sprint. I can like reassess what I'm doing, what I'm saying. Oh my gosh, please, no one, don't spam us with potatoes in the comments. um, we will go into our first sprint. If everyone's okay with it, I was thinking we'll do 60 minutes. The reason why we're going to do that too is because we'll only be here for about 3.5 hours. Then we'll be switching over to Lexi's channel. I'll make sure to put a link in there just to support her because she was nice enough to host TBRathon sprints. But yeah, so let's switch over the screen a bit, make us a bit smaller. And also, thanks everyone for like coming and hanging out with us. I know Mondays can be weird, so I'm glad that there was like a big showing and there's a lot of people talking in the comments. Okay, so we will see everyone in 60 minutes. Hello.
We're back.
Woohoo! I hope everyone had a productive first sprint. I'll put the clock for 20 minutes, but like if we take less, if we take longer, it's not a big deal.
I was commenting, so I was on it. There we go.
Yeah, no worries. I think I'm excited because I was like seeing you making comments, and I was like, you know what, Abbie's keeping everyone entertained while I'm like trying to like get through my reading, and I was distracted that round. I ended up getting only about I think like 25 pages in. I started seeing everyone talking about tea and hot beverages, and so I think in the next round of sprints, yes. See, I think what I'm going to do is hear me out. I'm going to make myself an afternoon coffee, but then save in the evening, maybe some like ginger tea. I feel like that sounds really nice. Yeah, like calming, kind of just before bed kind of situation. That's what I'm thinking. How did you do, Abbie?
Yeah, good. So I'm now on chapter 13. So that's like what 11 chapters. So it's like kind of like the next section I got to. So kind of worked out perfectly. I've also got like a little notebook. I like to like write down like quotes that I enjoyed and stuff like that. So I like to take my time when I'm reading it. That's one of my goals.
And you're doing this for a bit of booktube content, right? You're doing a bit of a vlog.
Yeah, so I'm doing a video where I got some other YouTubers to pick my reading, and this is one that the lovely Living Books, I think her channel's called, and she picked this for me, and so far I'm actually really enjoying it. So like we're what, page 70, and it's good.
I like that cover too, the UK cover. The American one's a little bit different, but I don't know, I like the color scheme of that one. Yeah.
There's also, I think, a TV show that's been made of it.
Oh, you know what? I think that makes sense, especially because I remember seeing a bunch of hype about it, and then it kind of quieted down. And oftentimes, the reason why there's hype again is because someone's, bought the rights and created a TV show. Do you think it's on one of those subscription services? I wonder if.
I'm not sure what it's on. I'll Google, but at first, like when I seen it, I was like, it was on a billboard, and I was like, no way that's that book. But then it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you're right, that turned into a TV show, which I can't imagine the setup. I feel like that would be some pretty cool filming, I don't know, like shots with them just passing, like missing each other, because that's the whole point of it, right? Like they're sharing an apartment, but they miss each other. Yeah.
And Amazon Prime.
Okay, Paramount and Amazon Prime. Of course, I would want to read it first, so that means I have to read it before I watch. Let's see who we had in the comments. A lot of people joined, which was so lovely. Just before we left, though, James had confirmed that 60 minutes is good for anyone who's joined. If you'd rather us switch to 45, I can always do like a poll in the comments too. But I was thinking 60 today. And yeah, trying to match up my reading time and watch time. And I've watched way too much already this year. I know. Ugh, it sucks you in, especially if you are watching like booktube and you want to support other people and just you get distracted. Hello, Christina. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I like so short-circuited a bit. Hope everyone is well. I am working on getting Christmas put away while reading a few chapters of The Lightning Thief. Then we'll be switching to Jane Eyre. Then she said, sharing some "it's Monday, but let's have a great day anyways" vibes with the like button. I appreciate it. We definitely need it. And then also, Rima, by the way, because I don't think I've ever really noticed, or maybe you've only been here recently, but let me know if I'm saying your name wrong, because it could be Rema, but I've said Rima, and I'm realizing that might not be right. And so you'd asked which Lexi I was talking about. Lexi Rose Reads. That's going to be the booktuber that we're going to switch to continue the TBRathon sprints. And then because we will bring up Potato Gate one more time. That's what I'm officially calling it. So Kay was explaining, I'm certain the people who live in Northern Ireland call themselves Irish, so don't worry. Battles were more bloody with EU than Southern Ireland. So yeah, a lot of history there for sure. And yeah, I think it's just like it does get confusing. I just know personally, because living in North America, I know that some people who are like Canadian, for instance, just hearing their voices, a lot of times people happen to think that they're American, like from the United States instead. And I bet that could be just extremely frustrating. So then Stormy had mentioned that you're reading Spy Family. Which volume are you on, Stormy? Because I've gotten up to volume 6. So I'm wondering if you're far ahead and you know more than I do, or if I'm the one who holds the power and I can tell you what to look forward to next. We also had Vanessa mentioning to not forget to hit the like button. I appreciate it, Vanessa. And then you mentioned, Abbie, that you love Percy Jackson. And Jane Eyre is on one of your 24 books in 2024. I wish you.
Me and my boyfriend both love Percy Jackson, and when we went to Kos in Greece, we reread like the whole series. So for Christmas, I got him the Chalice of the Gods, the new one, and I got a signed copy for him because, like, from his childhood, that was like his favorite author. So we're going to do another like reread. I don't know if we're going to reread Percy Jackson or the Gods of Olympus series, just wherever that new one fits in, we'll reread it. But it'll be lots. But I've always wanted to read Jane Eyre, like always. I've got it. I've got like the cloth bound classic, and it just sits in my bookshelves.
Have you read any of the Brontes at all, or?
Yeah. Well, one second. Let me check.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, because I've for those in the comments, I've only read one, and that was Wuthering Heights. So Jane Eyre is also on my list. I want to read at least one per sister before I kind of start making my rounds again.
Yeah, so I've not, but I have got Wuthering Heights there as well. So
it's really good. Another kind of gothic, very atmospheric, probably perfect for the weather you're in right now. I'm not gonna lie, Abbie. So maybe keep it in mind.
Absolutely.
And then, Kay had also mentioned, not for most, I don't think, the UK and Great Britain names. Yeah, we're throwing names all around. And also, no worries, Kay. Kay had mentioned that she was the one who'd brought up the idea of also looking for an Irish person in the comments, just to kind of share the love and inclusivity, which we love. So no worries. It was more on me. I should have known that we were obviously thinking of separate things too. Then Coda joined us. Hello, Coda. But unfortunately, he's at work. Fortunately for that, though, he's at home at work. So at least you've got some of your comforts, hopefully. Thanks for having us in your living room. It's just like you've got company over. We're just chatting while you're working away. Then Kiwi also joined us. Hello, good morning. I'm glad you let us know what the time was, because I was trying to figure out time zones, and I'm like, it could be extremely early for you depending on where you are. And I'm like, okay, no, this makes sense. 9 a.m. So that's good. But yes, priorities, tea, breakfast. This is self-care, productivity, nourishing yourself first. Meanwhile, we have another person having tea, which is Abbie. And that's immediately, I was like, you know what I haven't had in a while is tea. I think it's because for me, I have like a coffee maker and I don't have a kettle. I need to invest in one. So I just like have to boil water on the stove. Like I'm a caveman, and I'm like, I need to fix that situation.
I think I have like 8 cups of tea a day, honestly. I think I've had 4 during this one sprint.
Yeah. Well, especially when like the colder it gets, I feel like you just need to have something on hand all the time. So I get it. And then Alicia joined us. Happy Monday. Love the game board. Joined with 26 minutes left. I will be switching between filming and reading. On that note, though, I actually was slightly productive during this sprint, and in honor of Abbie, who's doing this. So we'll be able to stare at the game board or the bingo board while we're going, which I love. So because I was like, you know what, I should just do it. I'm not being as productive with reading as I want to be. So here we are. And then where did I leave off? Then we've got Sadia here. Hello, Sadia. Thanks for joining us. What are you reading? What are you doing today? And then we have a bit of a switch to watching a TV show. That sounds good, especially with like an hour sprint too. If you realize you really can only do 30 minutes or 45 minutes of concentrated things, take some time to relax, and then the alarm will let you know when it's time to get back. So don't worry about that. Coda says it's kind of a work from home, but still 9 to 5. So you still have a couple hours left. Quite a few, actually, because I know that you're in mountain time, I'm pretty sure, Coda. So he's a couple hours behind me. So I'm sorry. You can get through it, though. Going to be quickly so far. Good. Nicole joined us too. Hello, Nicole. Thanks for hanging out. I know that you're saying running to get my son, but we'll be back not long after break starts. Happy sprinting. Thanks, Nicole. I hope that you successfully pick up your son, come back. No issues happened at school because that sometimes can be the case that happens. Hello, Greta. Currently eating dinner. Then I have to do some work for uni. Deadline's Friday. And I know that Abbie, you were saying that you can also relate to that. Yeah. Did you say that you didn't get your timetables? You got your timetables this week though, and you just happened to be free?
So basically, I got my timetable like random like the weekend, but they didn't send them out. Like we had to find them, and we thought that we started back this week, but we don't actually start back till next week. So it worked out fine. So I'm just trying to get as much done as possible before I go back.
Yeah, that's good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was gonna say, because it's always, you can never really tell. I'm pretty sure that where I am, they don't start until next week as well, but it can be like hit or miss where they're like, no, we want to start early. So you have a very short break after holidays, and you're like, great, because I wasn't stressed already.
We start on the 4th of January, so this is a super late.
Yeah, for sure. I remember, where was I? I happened to study abroad at one point when I was and I was in the Netherlands, and I remember we didn't start until like late January, and I was like, this is lovely. Like, this is the best. This is the way we need to do things. And then I came back to the US and I was like, yep, here we are again. Okay. So Coda is having lunch now, getting ready to start Little Fires Everywhere for my buddy read. Oh, cool, 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 with Brittany. Yeah, so that one is by Celeste. And I don't know if you have read or seen the TV show, Abbie. I have done neither.
I've seen the TV show, but I wanted to read the book, so I stopped it so that I can read the book.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see like how different it is, because I don't know how closely they kept to it, because Reese Witherspoon, she can be hit or miss, like as far as like sticking strictly to the books or just being like, we're going off. So I don't know which way she went.
Good. Usually she's good.
Yeah. Well, I watched like Big Little Lies. I ate that up. So yeah, that was great. Hello, Bree. Working today, but listening to All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby. Another author I haven't tried yet, but I've been meaning to. Thanks for hanging out with us, everyone who's like at work. That does not sound fun. So I'm so sorry that you have to do that. And then Greta was saying, I should have half a website built by Friday, but I don't have time to my timeline is getting, moved around to make it work. That is stressful.
So cool that we both do computing them, because like I never find anyone that does computing. Like in my uni, there's literally like 3 girls and the rest are all boys. So it's nice to see others doing it.
Yeah. Well, I also remember, not to hype up your channel again, but I remember you did a vlog where you were talking about like women scientists, and you're like, I'm in like a different kind of field as far as like computer engineering and that kind of thing, but like here we are, and yeah, super fun.
STEM girl reads STEM books because I thought that would be fun, and I'd never read like Ali Hazelwood or like lessons in chemistry, etc. So I thought it would just like be a fun concept. And then when I started reading them, I was like, I love this so much. And they did talk about like some coded languages and stuff. So I was like, ooh,
I'm being seen here. This is great. Yeah, that was great. So yeah, if anyone wants to know, that's yet another reason why you should be subscribing over to Abbie's channel. It's linked below, so make sure you refresh if you were here from the beginning, because it should be there.
Also to everyone that's already come over and subscribed, because there has been a few. So much love to you guys.
Yay! And hopefully more to come, because we still have a couple more hours that we're here. So very good. I'm glad. I love that people can like follow directions. I'm like, hey, subscribe to this person. And when they do, I'm like, oh, thank you so much.
That was a movie tag video, and I just went to everyone. I was like, hi, Leandra sent me. Lovely to meet you.
Honestly, isn't that the best feeling when you're like, hey, I can point to this person, they're doing the work, they're telling you to go, say hi to them. And I love saying that when I'm like, I heard of you from this person, and it's like, we're just a supportive community. It's great. Yeah. My uni can't say it's meant to be one way if I say it's meant to be how it is. And then ML, I just got a ton of stuff done that I've been putting off, answering emails, putting in a travel proposal for a conference I'm going to in March, paying bills, magic how they only took my one sprint. But you know what? It probably took you multiple sprints to finally do it. That's how it works. It takes longer for you to like think about doing it, and then you're like, okay, just get it done. Okay, breakfast done. Now big decision. UFO prompt that I didn't do last week, or ACOMAF because it requires zero thought process. This is your choice, Kiwi. So Kiwi's doing, based on the UFO prompt, I'm assuming that we're talking about Pokemon, which I'm also doing. Have you heard of this, Abbie?
I'm not.
Oh, we are opening your eyes. It's a lot. So one of the creators, Reading with Merb, Meredith, she is from yeah, she's from Tasmania. And she's doing a year-long readathon. I
Nice.
know. And it's all based on like Pokemon, but Pokemon themed. She's like worked with other kind of designers and like creatives, and they've like drawn and like designed different Pokemon for different prompts. It's like I can't explain to you how thorough it is. I'll have to send you the details if you're interested, because and then just check out her like announcement video. So yeah, it's really fun. I've been like I put out like a whole thing in my journal, in my bullet journal, like trying to like make sure I get the prompts so that I can get the Pokemon, and it's going to be a good time. It's just going to be a lot.
I just love literally read any readathon. I'll do them all.
Yes, and it's really chill. Like they're like, hey, you can try to like catch them all, or just do what you can and see the cute Pokemon you get. And I'm like, okay, I can do this. This sounds great. And she also ended up, she created like a special Pokemon for January that is like associated with my readathon. So if you complete one of the worksheets, yeah, you get the Pokemon immediately. And so like because you're doing the bingo board, you could get this one. Yeah, the only thing I think is that you have to get your like starter Pokemon first, which is like a certain type, and you could probably just check and be like, hey, have I read one of these books that has this theme, and just go for it from there. So yeah, very fun. But anyway, Kiwi, so your decision, your choice. If you don't tend to read books with aliens very often, you might want to get it out of the way, but if you know that, eventually you'll read it, maybe do the zero thought process, especially because you just woke up. Like, chill out if you want. And then let's see here. People are saying hello in the comments. Brandy successfully finished first book of 2024. Woohoo! I hope it was a good one. I know that sometimes you end up finishing a book and it ends up not being really great, and you're like, why did I start the year on this? Is this an omen? Does that mean I'm going to have a bad year of reading? Almost done with work. Should be able to join in the next sprint. Sounds good, Purple Dragonfly. Glad you're here, even if it's in spirit for now. Oh my gosh, James is flying. 82 pages, 90 pages left of Catching Fire.
You got this. Next sprint is done.
Exactly, you can do it. Finished all my work for today, so looking for more things to schedule later this week. I love it. Productivity. You got this, Vanessa. Glenda saying hello to everyone. Genuinely, always the welcome committee. I love it. I will totally have some afternoon coffee with you. Oh, thanks, Coda. Thanks for making sure that I'm not the only one. I have a wilting ginger root I can boil later tonight. Yes, and isn't that the best thing when you can just all you have to do is like cut up some ginger, some fresh ginger, and it's heaven. My father, he read 33 pages. We're very proud of him. And then Lynn's hello, just joined in middle of the sprint. A lot of people did. Still read about 47 pages of The Girl Who Drank the Moon. I want to read that. That one, I feel like I've heard only good things about that book.
Same.
And then, hello, Lynn, just joined. I am reading The Phone Booth at the Edge of the World.
I've not heard of that one.
No, and I'm wondering what the genre is. Like, is it like fantasy, or is it maybe like speculative? Could it be dystopian? Like maybe the last phone booth that exists, trying to get to that phone? I don't know. I got to 54%, but I'm not sure where I started as I've been reading it in snippets. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. You know what? Productivity is productivity. We know you got further than you started. Thomas listened to 14% and now at the 39% overall. Almost halfway. You can do it.
Nice.
Hello, John. I made it to page 330 of Salem's Lot. Ooh, a Stephen King.
I read that. So they're in his night shift short stories. There's Jerusalem's Lot, which is connected to Salem's Lot. So I want to read that now as well. And I want to get all the collection with like the colorful spines.
So did the short story come first, or does it matter how you read it?
not sure, but his short stories was like his first ever like short stories release, and
Mhm.
me and was it in the car as an audiobook. But it was so good. That one specifically was really good. And then when I found
Mhm.
out that it was, like connected, I was like, I need to read them all.
You're like, "Wait a second. I need to remedy this." I haven't read a Stephen King in years, but I've been thinking lately that I'm like, "I need to get back into him because I think the last one I read The Stand. That was my first Stephen King. I don't really know if that was smart, but I really enjoyed it, but it was a big undertaking for that to be my first Stephen King. And then I read, what was it? The Dark Tower, the first book, The Gunslinger. So I did
Yeah.
read that, and then I haven't read him again, and I should. Let's see. This book is so good. I don't like vampires, so it is surprising that I love it as much as I do. But I love Stephen King's writing. I didn't realize that it involved vampires, so I clearly had no idea what this title was about. And then, oh, perfect. Okay, it's pronounced Rama. I'm glad because I was like, you know, we gotta fix this so that I know that I'm saying it right. Okay. Lovely. I'm Australian, and some people think I'm American. I'm telling you, yeah. Like, and I guess it's just exposure to like language and certain accents and what they think that they hear. I don't know.
People always ask if I'm Irish, like if we're on holiday, people go, "Oh, are you from Belfast?" And I'm like, "Nope, Scotland."
And you're like, no, actually, wrong. Yeah, I remember I was in Morocco, okay, and so we were going around, and people mistook me for Australian, and I was like, does that mean that you interact with more Australians in Morocco than American? I guess maybe, but I just yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. Or I'm not gonna do it now because I know it'll be terrible. But I remember one time I was like, you know, we were playing around with accents, and people were telling me that when I tried to do a subtle British accent, it always just kind of fell into like Australian is like in the middle of American and British, I think, as far as like where our sounds go, like where
Yeah,
we are speaking. Yeah.
definitely.
I wish I was good at accents, but I'm not. And anyone in the comments who requests me to show you my no, it's not gonna happen because I can't do it. Just finished the section of PJ now, switching to Jane Eyre. Very nice. Percy Jackson. I should have known that that's what the PJ was. Is like my favorite thing ever. I know. And the thing is because the new TV show and everything, like it's just like giving everyone a good reason to return to it, to enjoy it, or to start it if they haven't. So
Exactly.
in March, I'm doing a full universe read through. There's 21 books total. Hmm. I've read all of the Bronte sisters' major novels, and Jane Eyre is still my favorite. Oh, good to
Ooh,
know. I literally everyone says Jane Eyre is great, and Wuthering Heights though too. Heathcliff, it's me again. I know. Coda was telling us, is it Pat Benatar? He was showing us before, reminding us of the different songs that are definitely inspired by Wuthering Heights. So I still have to listen to that though. Let us know, Coda. Remind us of who the singer is because I was thinking it was Pat Benatar, but I might be wrong. I'm rereading Jane because in Treehouse Book Club, we are reading Salt and Broom, which is a witchy retelling.
that is cool. I love retellings.
Mm-hmm.
So
Especially when they throw in a bit of a genre blend, like they make it a bit more fantasy or some things happening. Yeah.
no, I love that.
Mm-hmm. Or what's that one that I want to try? Is it called Cinder? And it's like a fairy tale retelling, but like sci-fi.
Her Chronicles, amazing. 10 out of 10. Love it.
I need to read it. I'm like I keep seeing that title and like that intrigues me. I love how it's like twisting the kind of retelling on its head and yeah.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I got the first four, but recently they've brought out like another two of the books.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to get those because I just wanted to reread. So good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need to read that. That should be my goal in 2024 to at least start that series. And then Candy joined, hoping to finish the last 140 pages of A Discovery of Witches today. It's a reread for me. So many rereads. I really love that. Like for January, you don't kind of expect it. Really enjoying the little Easter eggs I missed the first time.
I love that.
Yahoo! Oh, a tea kettle is a game. I'm sure it is, Brie. I'm like, whenever I think about it, I'm like, you know, that would like make my life a little bit easier, and then I can just where I don't have to like move things around and take the pot out and oh my goodness.
Like 100 cups a day. So
Mhm.
press a
Oh,
button.
Exactly, you're like, done, got it. And then Rama said there are tea K-cups. So for me, I don't have a Keurig. I have, I'm going to divulge what I have. I have a Nespresso, which is kind of a similar version to Keurig. But the reason why I like it is because they let you, I'm only one person, so that's why I don't have like a coffee, maker that's more official. I just need one cup. And I know I'm the type of person who will be like, oh, I can make an entire pot. And then I drink all of it. And I'm like, I didn't need this. I didn't need this much caffeine. So I only do like the one serving. But what I like about it is it's made all of like aluminum. And so you can then ship back. They give you shipping material to ship it back to the company, and then they recycle it all for you. And so just, yeah, I really like that. And I don't know if they have tea version, but I feel like I would want to get a tea kettle anyway. So, but that's good to know, Rama. Hello, Gabby. I'm working and listening to an audiobook. Sounds great. Also, Gabby is a newer booktuber that I have kind of talked about on my channel before, and she's very sweet and awesome. And she tends to read a lot of classics and historical fiction that I love. So for those of you who are interested in that, check her out.
Channel.
Oh, totally do, Abbie. And then also, Gabby, check out Abbie.
Abbie, there we go. We're sorted. We'll do a sprint.
Exactly. Like take a sprint to just like look through the comments and then find friends. That's what we need to do. And then a little bummed out right now. I just tried to grab my coffee and it slipped, went all over the floor, and it was the last cup. I don't want to make another whole pot, so switching to water now. Oh, I'm sorry. Christina is someone who like probably most of her blood is made off of coffee. So I'm so sorry. Christina is a coffee lover like I am. So that is very
exciting. But he done like a video on his channel. So he's got his own channel, Coach Fulton, and he done like a month caffeine free, like none at all. So he can have chocolate, he can have tea, he can have literally. I was like, wow, well done.
Yeah, especially because I mean, yes, when you think about how many products actually have caffeine in it, you're like, oh, like we actually do. And I'm someone who has a sweet tooth. I probably eat something sweet every day, so that'd be really hard to not have chocolate.
I'm trying to convince him to get a booktube as well, because he's a big reader as well, and he has such good opinions on books. Like sometimes we'll read the same book and explain things that I didn't even pick up on, and I'll be like, I love it. So I'm trying to convince him.
Yes, ease them in a little bit, like just be like, hey, you can combine it with other content. Everything's good. And yeah. Kiwi, love the bingo board. That's what I've been doing. Yes, good. I was like, that's one board I haven't been representing in sprints. So I was like, I need to do that. And I'm listening to Silver Sparrow by, Tayari Jones. So Tayari Jones was the author of The American Marriage, too, for those of you who may have read that book by her. But the reason why I mention it is because that's the only book I have read by her. So Gabby, I hope you're enjoying it, and you can let us know if we should read it. Ironically, he ended up not needing a ride, so I never left. Okay, great, Nicole. Perfect. That's so funny. And then, yeah, we're very sorry, Christina. And it's not fun because you had to like probably clean up. Oh my goodness. Like not even, that's the tip of the iceberg for sure. Let's see here. Is the template on your story, Leandra? So yes, let me see here. I'm trying to think as far as the templates for like TBRathon, you can get them. That should be, if you actually like go below this video, I'm pretty sure I've got all of the TBRathon links. Okay, is Abbie, are you checking for me?
You've got the TBR Google folder underneath.
Yeah. And that folder should not only have like it as an image format, they should have it as a PDF, and then images for those who like want to put it on stories or reels. I was like trying to think of like different technology that people might want to use, and I was like, okay. So yeah, good. Perfect. And then let us know if you have trouble them all, because I know that it can kind of be weird and people have had issues with the Google Drive. So I listened to the audio of Silver Sparrow last year. It was really good. Okay, maybe I'll get it in audio then. In Australia, school starts late January, early February, but that's also the start of the school year, which ends like a week before Christmas. Yeah, I was going to say, because at the moment in Australia, New Zealand, and basically the entire like Southern Hemisphere, it is like so hot, like it is summer. So a few of my Australian friends, like Nicole from Dusty Book Sniffers, and who else? Brooklyn from Brooklyn Reads. They were on my sprints, and Brooklyn's like, I just went to the beach. I have sunburn. Exactly. They're like in t-shirts, and I'm like, meanwhile, I'm bundled up with a blanket. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you and me were like, no, we're wearing our crew necks and our sweaters. Yeah. And then let's see here. I'll probably start the show after we finish. Sounds good. Yeah, exactly. Like the little fires everywhere is what Coda's talking about. I'm one of 3 as well, so I understand the struggle. I think I'm assuming of talking about, yeah. I was gonna say for your program, yeah. Gotta stick together. Hello, Jojo. Good morning to you. It is like early evening, late evening for us over here. Hello, Jean. Thanks for hanging out with us. Not reading, but just, yeah, totally fine. That's totally fine, Jean. And also, Jean, you're reading all the time, so don't worry. Like, you can hang out. Have subscribed and popped a few videos. Yes, in my watch later. Thanks, Laura. I honestly, every time one of those like graphics come up, I'm amazed.
I don't even know why they're coming up. They're just like, oh.
Yeah. Is it because you have like a Mac? Is that what it is?
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I can't remember. How did you get the confetti last time? Like,
Did I do that?
I don't know. Like, maybe do this.
No.
We're gonna have to like look up a key and like figure it out because someone else, Katie has that too.
The button and it done it. I was like, whoa, nice.
What? I know. I was like, Yahoo! I was like, you know what? The technology knows how exciting of a moment this is. It's great. And then Kiwi has mentioned UFO is a 400. That's the other thing. Yeah. I should have remembered that because I think it's there's another prompt that has aliens in it, but this one, the UFO, is for 400 plus pages book in a day. So you've got to start that book, finish it, and then you get the UFO tool. Oh my gosh.
This week because I've got Sword Catcher sitting there and I'm pretty sure that's like 500 pages.
Mm-hmm.
So
you could start off with a bang and be like, I'm going to get that prompt. I was thinking this week, I was like, oh, maybe I could sit down and do it. And then I've been really busy, but it's going to have to be a prompt where you're like, I've got nothing else to do today. No one's going to be distracting me. We're just going to enjoy this book.
Definitely.
Yeah. And good luck, Kiwi. And let us know if you're successful. I believe in you. Catching Fire is my favorite. Ooh, very cool. And then work done, although may have to answer a few emails. Don't we all? We'll be reading Poison Study for the Monster Mash Book Club buddy read. Also for Enchanted Forest on the map. I love it. Yeah, there's always so many book clubs, buddy reads, read-alongs happening. It's crazy. The phone book, it's contemporary, set in Japan. Lynn, I'm gonna have to check that out. Interesting. And so does that mean is it potentially a translation or is it just a book that is set in Japan? Because probably some magical realism in it. I'm not too far. I was gonna say there probably is a lot of times like I see that where it's just a bit speculative, like maybe a bit of absurd things are happening and everyone else in the world is just like, that's normal. And you're like, what? Like, okay. And then The Dark Tower is another one I want to see if Nicole from Dusty Books Numbers, who I already just mentioned, that's so funny, will want to read once we're done with what we have planned so far. Yeah. I read the first book, and I have to admit that I think that that's a type of Stephen King that just might not be my thing, and that's why I stopped, because I loved The Stand. So I think I need to get more into his kind of like other, like I didn't find The Dark Tower scary. Like I think I need to get more into his horror stuff. Yeah.
The Night Shift, like the short book collection, is really good. You can also listen to that on Spotify if you have Spotify for free, just on audiobook. So,
oh, good to know. I keep forgetting that Spotify has like delved into the world of audiobooks. Yeah. I filmed a video, that sprint, awesome, Alicia, hoping to read more of The Secret History of Witches in the next sprint. Awesome. And then for the record, I would have guessed Scotland. Yay! Woohoo!
Love it.
And then, oh, absolutely. And it's the same with our spelling. It's a mix of British and a mix of American. Yeah. I've gotten quite good. Well, maybe I shouldn't be so confident. I've gotten okay at like recognizing British English, like looking at a word and being like, if I were to write this in British English, I would change and like add a certain letter because I work remotely for someone who's based in the UK. Like all of the things that she does as far as promotional work, obviously she wants it in British English. And so I always have to be like, and I do a lot of transcription. And so like when we're transcribing an interview, I'm like, okay, I got to keep an eye out for those words that should be British English.
What's difficult for me is when you do computing, the
Mhm.
computing languages are all in American. So like color, you have to spell COLOR. So that
Mhm.
is so annoying because if you spell it with
Mhm.
it doesn't count, and it's like error. What? So that
Mhm. We were using there's this one system that I use for transcribing that we've kind of switched off of just because it's like that's one reason it's been so annoying is it's called Descript. And of course it's like made, but it was like made, the programming was made by, you know, people in California, and let's be honest, probably men who are, you know, like the kind of typical or traditional American vernacular. And so like with every kind of move away from that, the transcription gets harder and harder to recognize. So you have to like manually change things. And so, like, if the person isn't a man, it's harder for them to tell who you are. If the person isn't American, if the person isn't white, and I'm like, I am so angry that they like made it so specific to like California American kind of vernacular because like
yeah,
my where is she from? The woman I work for is like lives near like Cambridge, and like her, like she, it shouldn't be that hard to like, but it's like it literally struggles with her when she's asking questions. And I'm like, are you serious? I have to correct even hers, and it's very annoying.
definitely.
Mm-hmm. And that's our rant for the day, everyone. When we were talking about Wuthering Heights at book club, the Pat Benatar song came up. Okay, I'm glad that I was right that it was Pat Benatar. Probably not going to be able to read with y'all today, but I am working on an infographic for work, so I'll be hard at work. Sounds good. And we'll like get to the sprinting bit soon so that like people who are on break between work, they don't feel as though like we're going on for too long. I learned it's originally Kate Bush. Oh, that's right. But I think the Benatar version is better. And Wuthering Heights is the song title. I'll send, yes, please, Coda. Thank you so much. And then my father says, try an accent. No, he's this is from what is it? There was that one we quote it all the time. It was a movie that had Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston in it, and it's just
I know the one you're talking about. We watched that recently. Is it the one where like I don't know, they're like
the little
trying to
girl's like, "Can I have an accent?" And she says one word, and he's like, "No, we're done. Like, you cannot be a little British girl." Yeah. I read Cinder years ago, but did the Scarlet audio last week, and I'm starting Crass Book 3 later this week. The audiobooks are pretty good. Okay. Good to know. I just subscribed to Abbie's channel. Yay! Yes, more hearts. Yes, it works. I love it. I am too obsessed with it. Love finding Scottish booktubers recently. Hope to visit Europe soon. Ooh, Europe trip.
come visit us.
Just finished Fourth Wing today. One book from my TBR down. Awesome, Lucy. Congratulations. Just woke up, not getting into the coffee yet. Gonna try and get some water into me first. Sounds good, Alicia. You do that. That sounds smart. Popped in mid tea conversation. Hi, guys. Hello, Jamie. My coffee pot is lime green, single serving with a reusable filter cup. Very inexpensive. Awesome. I love it because, you know, like we have these like certain things that we love to have, but I'm like, is there any way we can make it a little bit more eco-friendly or something? So that's great. I love it. Hello, Emily. How are you? Just joined. Hope everyone is doing well. I think we are. Sipping on my first cappuccino for the day. It's rainy and perfect for some cozy reading time. Great candy. My birthday wish is for no one to walk in and interrupt my reading until our dinner plans. Happy birthday!
Yay!
Yeah, that is what I know. Some please graphics. We're begging you. Just know that there should be graphics there, Candy. We're putting it out in the world for you. Nespresso has teapods. I didn't even know that, Rayma. Okay, I'll have to look into that. I want an Nespresso. Honestly, it's been a game changer for me, and it's helped me kind of keep in mind my coffee consumption, which I appreciate. Dang, you guys are making me want another coffee, but it's too late for me. Yeah, totally fine, Laura. You know, fight the urge, fight it. And also, I'll probably be doing decaf. I probably should have said that. So, really enjoying it so far. I love Tayari's novels. It's the last one I need to read to finish her blacklist. That's awesome. Thought I had subscribed earlier, but hadn't. Am now subscribed to Abbie. Good. I love it.
The hearts are not coming for you, James. I'm afraid they're not happening.
Well, you know what? They're not there, but we can see them in our hearts. Maybe we've hearted it out. Maybe they're like, you know what? You got to stop. Clearly, something's wrong. Sonnet, I'm having a coffee. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry that we enabled you, but I hope you enjoy it. It's really good. I last read it in primary school, so I don't remember anything about it. And then I recommend Dolores Claiborne by Stephen King. It's the only one I've read. I listened to it with my mom when I was a tween. Interesting. Good to know. I haven't heard of that title before. Yeah. TDT, The Dark Tower, is fantasy. I've read The Gunslinger. That's what it is. I think I called it that. For some reason, I was like, "Oh, did I say the cowboy, the gunslinger?" Too. And I remember being bored. Yeah, pew pew pew. I want to reread when I get started. I also want to make sure I read any books. Yeah. Because that was the other thing. I could tell that there's like part of all of the same world, so you kind of got to get used to that. So I don't miss any connections in the universe. Exactly. And then Canadians here, yay, woohoo! We use color, yep, and neighbor, etc. too. And all programs, including YouTube comments right now, tell me I've spelled them wrong. Yeah, that I thought so too. I was like, I'm pretty sure like the US is just making everyone's lives harder. Like we're the only ones who don't say, don't write it with like the U or even like a Z. A lot of times we put a Z in when it's like an S, and I'm just like, why did we do this? I'm annoyed as well. I love coding languages. Does my head in. Yep. Yeah, no. Yeah, just go with it. That's what the title's called. Yep, of that movie. Decided I could not do it. Had to make another pot. Hubby will be home for his lunch break and we'll want some. Okay, perfect. There we go. You won't be wasting any. He'll be appreciative. Yes, happy birthday, Candy. I hope you have the loveliest birthday. Thanks for hanging out with us during this time. Yeah, we're gonna have to find out what the hand gesture is for the confetti. We'll do that in the next sprint. Yeah. The only issue I have with Dolores Claiborne is that it does not have chapters. Ooh, one of those books. I watched enough videos on coffee from the Zoe channel that this year, one of my New Year's resolutions is to drink at least 1 cup of coffee every day, just not near bedtime. Yeah, that's smart, especially if you like caffeine affects you in a different way. Then yeah. Yeah, happy birthday, Candy. We leave off the U's because we wanted to rebel. Yes, right? We're just like, maha, this is how we'll get them. Oh my gosh. Spotify link sent. Yay, thanks, Coda. I've got to head back to it. Yeah, sounds good. Please don't let us distract you any further, Coda, but thanks for being here. Yes, happy birthday. Another annoying thing about the US, not using the metric system. It made I agree. I'm like, why are we the only ones? We're also like the only ones who typically use Fahrenheit. Like, I just, why? Like, it does annoy me too. It was actually because American newspapers cost per letter to print. So to save money, they dropped off when they deemed unnecessary letters. Capitalism. It's always the money. It's always about the price tag. That's what that tells me. 1 peace sign for balloons, 2 peace signs for confetti.
It's just not working anymore. It's
so weird.
Get your reading on.
Yeah. You know what? That's yeah, exactly. I don't know why. With me, it's because I don't have a Mac. I think it's definitely like Mac features, but
yeah.
And then yes, it's true. But rebelling is so fun. Yeah. I don't know why. Maybe it's also the lighting. Maybe it's because it's gotten dark enough where it can't tell, which is silly. But okay, so we've reached the end of the comments. Let me make sure. So it's 4:06 for me. We have about another hour and a half. So let's go for a final hour sprint. We can come back, chat, relax, and then send everyone to Lexi once we're done chatting. I think that sounds good. And then we can at least argue that we've been kind of productive today. All right. And also before we head off though, because this is our last sprint, yeah, thank you, Abbie, and thank you everyone who was so like welcoming and talking in the comments, welcoming Abbie, because this was her first time ever on StreamYard on streaming, which is just like amazing. You couldn't tell, like I'm sure no one even realized it. So yeah, so just like make sure everyone like send Abbie some love in this sprint, even if you can just like spare 5 or 10 minutes, a minute to go subscribe. There we go. Okay, done with my spiel. Yeah. All right. Happy sprinting, everyone. See you after. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm going to set the just so we don't go over and forget to send you all over to Lexi's sprints because I know hers start in a little less than a half an hour. I'm also, I included a bunch of links in the Discord for all of the sprints happening. I realized that there are so many, which is so lovely. So I'll make sure to let you all know where you can head off for the evening. We've got sprints happening in the US, in Wales, in Australia. So things are happening. For me, I know I don't know what's happening. I don't know why your computers decided not to work anymore. As soon as we wanted to, right? It's showing us all these different things when we don't want it, and then whatever. I ended up getting a few more chapters into Death Under a Little Sky, but then I got distracted because I was like, oh, I want to make sure everyone knows which sprints to go to. And then here we are, and I was talking with people on Instagram. But how did everyone else do? How did you do, Abbie?
Yeah, good. I got to page 110. I'm honestly really loving this book. It's just so witty. I've wrote down so many funny quotes, and I'm just like, I love this. This is going to be so good. We're just kind of getting into the depth of it, like the serious part of it. But honestly, I'm so excited. I've never read one of her books before, so this is a new to me author, and I'm loving her writing. So good.
Yeah, because I think she wrote a book that's something like The Road Trip as well.
And there's the Switch as well. She's got a few, so I need to get those.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're making me. It's been too long. I always see her, and I'm like, oh, O'Leary, maybe I should try her, and then I never do. And now it's like, no, Leandra, you really need to. Where did we leave off? I know that James had said, hey, gonna go get some food with this sprint and then read some once I return. Catching Fire. Yes. So hopefully you obviously you're probably back by now and you know that we aren't going to continue on this channel, but we'll continue elsewhere. So James, you will finish this book. I promise you. Also the last, I'm assuming it's Too Good. I don't think that this is a last name, but whenever I read this after it says James, I think of Thorogood, like Robert Thorogood, and he's the creator of Death in Paradise, and he's also published a few books. And I'm always like, because that's a TV show I'm obsessed with. And yes, there were so many positive comments for Abbie, which I'm, of course, well deserved. Got this. You're a natural. Yes, she is. A bunch of people also subscribed, which was wonderful.
Thank you so much, everyone. Honestly, it's crazy. We're now at 1,152, so that's went up by an awful lot. So thank you so much, everyone, and I'll definitely be back. So I honestly love this so much.
Yay! I know. I was like, you know what? We're gonna start off. I know I can only go for a few hours, so we'll get your feet wet. See if you actually like it. Because if you didn't have to come back. But I was like, if she's enjoying herself, I'm gonna have her come back. So perfect. Okay. So we'll chat. We'll make sure that you get to join me. And then if you ever want to host on your channel, just let me know and we can get that going too. Neva joined. Speaking of sprinting, Reading with Neva is probably the queen of sprints. She hosts 24-hour sprints every month where she kind of delegates it. It's across 6 channels. And we should be doing that this month at some point, but we'll talk with Neva and see if we can get that going. And then, yes, go ahead. Sounds good. And then also, we seem to have summoned Nicole from Dusty Book Sniffers. We were talking about you, Nicole. You must have been feeling some kind of inkling in the back of your neck. We were just talking about buddy reads with Coda and all of that good stuff. And then Amal says, reading The Last Stars in the Sky by Kate Hewitt. It has a blue cover. Awesome. So you've got that upper corner B, which is great for the bingo board. And then we had a few comments from our lovely Abbie. And so Abbie, you're making your way. I think you're doing the ends, aren't you?
I'm working up the red because I obviously started with what book? What was my first book this year? Oh my goodness.
At this point, who knows? We're only 1 week in.
It was whatever the bottom square is, the nice to meet you, new to you author. Oh, the cheat sheet. I read the cheat sheet. And then newest borrow. I borrowed from Luke's sister, which was You Are Next. And then obviously I'm in the flat share, which doesn't fit into any of the red columns really. So I'm
It's
going
gonna be
to
your
just,
free space, you said.
yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, just working your way up. I love how you're, like, going in order, maybe not intentionally, but you just are.
yeah. And then I'll
And then,
go for the rest.
yeah, exactly, like, get your first bingo, and then it's just like, who knows? We're gonna see what happens, see how many bingos you can get. I'm here for
Yeah.
it. I'm just honestly checking off what I can find, and then we're just gonna see what happens. So James got some food, eating and reading, and then Helen joined us. Hi, Helen. I know you joined us right when we were about to head off, but we aren't leaving you in, alone. We're going to give you in good hands. A couple other booktubers reading Malibu Rising, and you said that you read this last year. And did you really enjoy it? Did you like it?
So I did like it. It was a 4-star for me. My only issue is I didn't think that the majority of the book was focused on what I thought it was supposed to be focused on, because there's a lot of flashbacks, and I feel like the flashbacks were more the focus, but I wanted more of the now. And then when it finished, I was like, I want to know what happens next.
Like, wait, don't end there. Like, keep going. Yeah. Ugh. I mean, I suppose that could be a situation where, like, I don't know if she does sequels. Taylor Jenkins Reid does that, but
Times, but I don't really think she does. She like connects her books. So like Carrie Soto is connected to, funnily enough, Malibu Rising, I'm sure, but then Malibu Rising is also connected to The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. So like they're kind of connected, but not really. They're not sequels or anything.
okay. I didn't realize that actually.
I love
And then Monica said, I'd been lurking because work, but now I need to walk the dog because it gets too hot. Also, by the way, we've had some lovely pictures in the Discord of puppies and cats, very much thanks to the beginning of Monica, but then Abbie has included some lovely additional pictures of Harvey. So everyone go check out if you need just like the coziest of feelings. You'll find that today.
We love the Discord.
Yeah, and then Monica, I shared Monica's most recent Instagram post for her reading journal. So if anyone needs inspiration, definitely go check her out on Instagram. You can find her through my story because I was like, okay, you're putting mine to shame. It's fine. So Millie unfortunately joined us in the last sprint, but that's okay. Again, you can always, it's your choice, Millie, but you can either start mine from the beginning and like continue to hang out with Abbie and me, the past selves, or you can jump on to other booktubers and show them some love. So that is your choice. So Kiwi just got to 60 pages exactly of Divergent. Okay, you could do it. Come on. Not bad for an hour. Definitely not. May need the audiobook to help me keep. Yes, especially because you're going for the UFO. So you want to finish in a day. Immersive read it. I think that's smart. That's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do that with potentially Inkblood Sister Scribe. I don't know if you've read that, Abbie, if you've heard of it, but I got the audio. Yeah. So I'm gonna immersive read it, and so that'll get me to be able to read it in one day, hopefully. So James got 32 pages and a belly full of food. Awesome. That is the best way to enjoy a sprint. 114 pages for the whole stream. Oh my gosh, you are doing all the work for us. Dinner's ready. Thanks for the sprints, of course, Lynn. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for hanging out with us, Nicole. I really appreciate it. I know you had like the hectic kind of schedule of maybe thinking you're going to get your son and then didn't get your son. So I'm glad that you were able to kind of be with us when you could. Managed 60 pages of Poison Study. It's a quick read without dense text. Awesome. 50 pages that sprint. Awesome, Lynn's. Went for a walk. Oh, lovely. Listened to an audiobook and left off with The Poppy War in the middle of a cliffhanger. That is awesome. That's R.F. Kuang, right? And I haven't read anything by Kuang, but they've like done like Babel and like Yellowface. So one day I'll try something.
I got Luke's mum Babel for Christmas, and I can't wait for her to borrow it.
Oh my gosh, I know, because you just got to take your time with it. So let her take her time with it, and then be like, okay, my turn, so we can talk about it together. Got to chapter 7 in Jane Eyre and worked on my journal. Awesome, Christina. I got a bit distracted. That's okay, Candy. Don't we all? My husband came home with a pistachio latte and pastries.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's the best distraction. It is my last name. What? Legal and All. I was gonna say, that is so fun. That's a really fun last name. Congrats on your channel and first time. Yes, congratulations, Abbie. Doing amazing. That's honestly, I know that's unofficially what TBRathon is about, like having booktubers meet each other and like just spreading your booktube community. So I'm glad that it's working out. Read a whole 2 pages. You know what, Jamie? That's all right. I've been there too. Too many distractions. See you guys in the next sprint. Sounds good. I'll definitely be like hopping into other people's chats to kind of like say hello and everything as well. So I'll be there. I used the last 15 minutes of this sprint to continue writing some more of my dissertation. Yes. Good for you, Greta. I know, especially because I'm sure Abbie fully understands how you're feeling right now. So
Except
awesome.
I'm using it for reading.
Yeah. I also just got confirmation of my first buddy read, Piranesi. So excited because I've never done one before. And Piranesi is actually a really short read. So I feel like that can just be fun for you taking your time with it. So yeah, it's a quick read. Made it to page 343. So good. Just so you know, Salem's Lot is connected to the Dark Tower series. Not sure how it is, but that's the main reason I wanted to read it because I'm reading. Oh,
Nice.
I'm going to have to do a deep dive and know how all these books are connected. I just checked. Chapter 8, my ebook and my audio do not match. That happens sometimes where like they'll read it aloud because I think sometimes they count like the prologue or the little introduction as a chapter 1. So then every time they say the next chapter, it's off a chapter and it's very weird. Of course, Christina, thank you for genuinely always being here. And halfway through Inkflood to subscribe, really liking it. Okay, that's good to know, James, because I'm excited. I'm a bit nervous. I'm reading it for a vlog project, so I'm hoping it works out for me.
Yeah.
Yahoo! Yes, all of us vlogging. I hope you have a beautiful day too, Christina. Where are you in Scotland? You can borrow my copy of Babel.
So I'm in Glasgow, basically. I'm just outside. I'm like,
sounds good. Woohoo! Love it. Got to 62% of Cirque Berserk. Hopefully you're liking it, Laura. Thanks so much for sprints, Leandra and Abbie. Can someone link to the sprint? Yes. So I'm going to do that. I'll make sure as soon as I get to the bottom of these, this chat, there's only a couple more comments and I'll give you all 3. Actually, there's 3 links and you can kind of decide where you want to go in the world. Just got here, was up all night reading Iron Flame and finished it. Oh my gosh, Riley. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was worth the all-nighter. It sounds like it was. We're about to leave here, Riley, but I promise you we're going to be putting you in good hands. Got to page 10 of Lark Ascending. Sounds great. Yeah, thanks for being here, Glenda. My audio says chapter 3. That is really weird. I don't get that. Just finding you. I'm ready. Reading Amish Wife. Well, Mona, I'm so sorry that you're just missing us, but thank you for the subscription. Make sure, I hate to ask one more favor of you, but make sure you subscribe to Abbie as well. Her channel is in the description and she's lovely. You've got 2 choices. You can either restart the sprints and join us then for like past selves, or I'll be sending everyone else elsewhere to other great booktubers. So don't worry, Mona, we've got you. Yes, of course, ML. Oh, in Edinburgh. Very cool.
Edinburgh's better than Glasgow, 10 out of 10.
Oh, you're like, yeah, that is a much better place. Margaret, the word nerd has sprints. That's right. So Margaret has sprints at 8 p.m. So I'll be sending you to those who are either currently sprinting or sprinting within the hour. So you can hang out there and then go support Margaret probably around that time. I'll also put a link in the Discord so that people know that they can go to her too. So if people aren't subscribed to, or like, joining, if they aren't members of the Discord, maybe consider joining. It'll only really probably exist for the month or forever long people want it. So I promise you I won't be forcing you to join another Discord because you're probably a part of a million. Of course, thanks for hanging out with us. Purple Dragonfly. You just got Inkflood Sister Scribe on clearance for $8. It's the large print version. Oh my gosh. I was going to say large print is usually so expensive. And with Canadian dollars, even more so. $38. I'm really happy for you. I'm glad you got it for so much cheaper. And yes, yeah, Mona, don't worry. I promise. I'm so sorry you missed us this time, but I will send you into some good hands. There are YouTube videos on the King books that are connected. Okay, thanks, John. I really appreciate it. So while we have the time, I'm going to quickly copy this link, and then I hope I can. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's see here. So the times are going to be for EST, for US EST, but right now it's 5:21. So one of them starting at 5:30, the other one starting at 6 p.m. in my time. So in 9 minutes and in a half an hour. And then Paula, she's the one in Wales. She's going right now. So if you just want to go right over there, you can certainly do that. So let's see if this allows me to send all of the links. Did it? Okay, so I think I got a couple. And let me know if they didn't break up. But there's one for Lexi, and then there's one for Brooklyn. Then there's one for Paula. I can send them again. Yeah, this is my first time sending multiple links at one time. So let us know in the comments if they look really funky, because if they do, I'm so sorry. Give me a second chance, okay? Because I want to make sure that you find these people's channels. And I also made sure to say where they were. So like Lexi's in the US, so you kind of know probably approximately how much longer they're going. Paula's probably going to wrap up soon. So if you wanted to support her now, that would work. And then you can move over to like Brooklyn being in Australia. She's probably going to be going on for like ever because it's daytime for her. But then we also have Margaret at 8. So in 3 hours, about 3 hours, we have her too. So I think we're good there. Oh, yay. Okay, Riley. Thank you for confirmation. Got him. Okay. Lovely. Yeah, just like open all 3 tabs if you want. Sprint hop, show the love, and then kind of decide which sprinting you want to join and which conversations you want to join. That's usually what I do. But all right, so that's it for us. Thank you all for being here and hanging out with us. There was some times Abbie can't see the number of people who end up being here. That's like something I only get to see. And there were at times about 50 of us who are all hanging out. Yeah, so it's just like we cannot thank you enough for the support, for like talking too, because I mean, I'm sure Abbie and I could talk each other's ears off on our own, but like it's nice when we have other people to react to as well. So yeah, thanks so much. Oh, and also apparently Vanessa, who was here earlier, now her channel is Reads with Dr. B, Read with Dr. B. And so you can definitely go subscribe to her too. She has a million sprints all the time as well. So yeah, thanks Christina for letting us know. Also, Vanessa tends to have an entire spreadsheet that allows you to know when anyone's sprinting at any time. It's honestly insane. And Christina also manages it. Yeah, Abbie, we're opening your world to new things tonight. I'm telling you, it's a world of reading sprints.
That's easy.
Yeah. So thanks everyone. We'll be seeing you probably soon at some point around the internet. Okay. Have a good one. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.